What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is El Channel de Thunder on Nootropics. Thanks so much for being with me. I'm going to talk about 4 epically perfect stacks. These stacks come directly from a client of mine that I'm working with and been working with. We went through a process of refining these stacks to make them perfect. His name is Daniel. He said it's okay to use his stacks on this broadcast, and I'm going to explain the stacks and what the feedback is. And this might be really interesting for you folks. In the meantime, you guys know the drill. This broadcast is brought to you by a couple products. Number one, Cortex Stack, powerful pre-made nootropic stack that you can find at livecortex.com. It's kind of just like turning everything on. Verbal fluency, mental energy, motivation, the will to work. If you want a better deal on the Cortex Stack, then find the Cortex Double Stack at livecortex.com. That's 2 bottles of Cortex, but they're 24 bucks each. Cheapest they've ever been. It's just a deal on buying 2. If you're new to Nootropics, you have to start with Nootropics Ground Zero. It's a video course that I created for people that are brand new to show you the ropes, but also turn you into a pro. That's defined as the 3-year marking using Nootropics just by watching the video course. A lot of really diligent stuff in there. Smarter, Better, Faster Audio, also a great product for people that are new or want to learn how to surgically use nootropics. There's an interactive audiobook version of it of me. You can find all that stuff at livecortex.com. Last couple things, 3.5-month and 6-month intensive nootropics consulting programs. Those are for business people that really want to optimize productivity via optimizing energy profiles substantially, as well as brain performance substantially. The Nootropics t-shirts fueled by Nootropics are I wouldn't say close to being sold out, but yeah, a lot of people have gotten some, so get on them ASAP. That is what they look like, and that is what they look like on a human man, fueled by Nootropics. You can find all that stuff and more at livecortex.com. So, 4 epically perfect nootropic stacks. So right away, I'm just going to put the stacks in front of the screen. These stacks we formulated through a process. Like when I work with folks, it depends on what exactly folks are hiring me for, but on the nootropic side, it's about establishing 20 to 30 really heavy-hitting stacks that are tailored for their brain, even finding the right schedule to switch like from cholinergics because it's just they need to be working on a different system at that time, or maybe they're losing potency or something else, and just establish a working set of nootropics methodology infused, really meticulous stacks that work really well for people. Here's 4 of them. So, stack number 1, okay? Simple stacks, but highly effective stacks. 450 of oxiracetam, 75 cognizin, 200 dynamine, 50 of bromantane. The results were good overall performance above baseline, particular elements of mental acuity and processing memory. So what the person meant by processing memory is just general processing and memory. There's stacks that bump that up, and that's the stack that works for that person. Now the doses, people typically stack oxiracetam with other things higher. It just so happens that to get the right effect, it's got to be in 450 milligrams right here. And by the way, if you hear piano, that's my gal teaching lessons to kids. That's what she does. Stack 2. 100 milligrams modafinil, 100 milligrams lemon balm, 200 milligrams caffeine, 500 of aniracetam. Results, insane. Perfect flow state for 4 hours, leftover energy memory until 9 p.m. And I had the guy take it around 11 a.m. I don't have clients taking modafinil past noon. It just disrupts sleep for too many people. So he said, he wrote down the stack was insane. But what's really important is that he had a flow state for 4 hours. And then, of course, leftover residual effects till 9 p.m. Why did he have a flow state? Well, modafinil and lemon balm is really where I would say that came from. So you're bumping up energy, and you're bumping up wakefulness, and you're bumping up motivation, but then you're keeping more GABA around. So that's the recipe for flow. It's like having the energy and having the focus ability and having the brain performance, and then, but just like kind of having yourself relaxed a little bit at the same time. GABA T is the inhibitory chemical that lemon balm inhibits, and that just makes you keep a little more GABA around for the time being, for the acute period that lemon balm is affecting you. The caffeine and the aniracetam are just sort of extras, but no doubt helped contribute to this state of, well, insanity and flow. Stack number 3, interesting stack. 300 milligrams choline bitartrate, 15 milligrams coliracetam, 80 milligrams theobromine, 15 milligrams fasiracetam, 50 milligrams uridine. This is like, I mean, you can tell I put this stack together because it's the type of stack that I would take. Results were great. Verbal fluency was off the charts. Social lubrication was present, and mental energy. So the verbal fluency is probably being induced by the uridine, the coliracetam, the choline bitartrate, and the fasiracetam. There's extra energy via theobromine. But what we're doing with a stack like this is a lot of things. I mean, we're kind of bumping up the cholinergic side of everything, but we've got a tad bit of fasiracetam in there just to sort of regulate the rest of the stack without taking away from any of its effects. And that's where people usually end up getting in flow states and having really, really good verbal fluency. So uridine is like a verbal fluency, like God King. That's what's so powerful about uridine. But the rest of these compounds are sort of situated in a way to give you mental processing and then just slow things down a little bit, make you feel a little more relaxed. When you're in that state, it's a lot easier to be verbally fluent. You can't be too hyped up. You can't be too less energized. You got to just be right in the middle. Stack number 4. Oh, that's in a different font. Weird. 100 milligrams tyrosine, 40 milligrams bromantane. So you got the dopamine covered right there. The dopamine conversion and therefore dopamine itself synthesis really, really pretty covered. 500 milligrams shilajit, which also fosters some dopamine release. 500 milligrams chaga mushroom, and 250 milligrams lemon balm. Chaga mushroom is another one of those mushrooms that is if I could compare it to any nootropic, it'd probably be like dynamine, taking 200 milligrams of dynamine, but maybe a little cleaner, hard to say. Yeah, comparable for sure. It's energizing, stimulating. Drink chaga with caffeine alone, you'll have a lot of energy. But in this particular stack, we bumped up the dopamine side, we bumped up alertness, we bumped up mental energy. I mean, that's really what we're doing with the first 4 compounds. But then we have 250 milligrams lemon balm in there, just raising the GABA concentrations, balancing out that extra alertness, targeting balanced alertness, and that's extremely what the results were, or exactly what the results were. Results, great, extremely balanced alertness with background constant of relaxation. The guy put in parentheses, I want to feel like this every day. That is interesting. He wanted to feel like that every day. I mean, I guess that's useful for his work. But yeah, so balanced alertness, fostering the dopamine side with tyrosine and bromantane. Shilajit also fostering the dopamine side, releasing some dopamine. Shilajit's also making you signal nitric oxide better, and maybe has some positive effects on testosterone. Chaga mushroom is just generally energizing the brain, and then lemon balm is allowing you to accumulate more GABA. Yeah, balanced alertness. Guy said he wants to feel like that every day. So those are 4 epically perfect stacks. And what's the point? Use those stacks or adjust them to your liking. Likely the templates will be good for a lot of folks. But we landed on those stacks first with Nootropics methodology infused into the stack formulation. And then if you're doing everything right, you should really, always say this, you should really only have to adjust 3 to 4 times, 4 times max to make a stack perfect. And if you get to the 5th or 6th adjustment and it still isn't registering, something's wrong with the base of the stack and you've got to change it, but it shouldn't take long. It's a testament. All this is a table that you can insert into Google Docs, right? So when I work with clients, I'm working on Google Docs. We're talking on the phone, we talk on Telegram, we talk on Skype, we talk on Zoom, but we're using Google Docs to track everything, and it's just a simple table. And that's it. These are the finalized stacks. How it typically looks is stack 1, and then over where it says stack 2, it'll be adjustment 1, adjustment 2, and adjustment 3, respectively. And all of the results, and then I sort of get in there and finalize them once we know they're perfect, and then set the person on a schedule for epically perfect nootropic stacks. Thanks so much for being with me. Hope that makes sense. Live streams over coffee, live streams over booze coming this week. I'm trying to find the right time to do it where I feel good, because I've got some sort of bug, and I've been taking oregano oil and everything else under the sun to ensure that it doesn't incapacitate me, so I feel pretty good. But doing the live streams is really dependent on how I'm feeling later on in the day, which is the best time to do them. So look forward to that. situationally dependent. Thanks so much for being with me. Remember, guys, go to livecortex.com. Get yourself a bottle of the Cortex stack. Powerful, powerful, powerful pre-made stack. I mean, I always keep Cortex around. You always have to have Cortex around for verbal fluency, motivation, mental energy. Better deal on Cortex, obviously, is the double stack. 2 bottles, $24 each. LiveCortex.com. Nootropics Ground Zero video course of me. It's about an hour long. If you're brand new to Nootropics, gotta watch it. Also, if you're brand new, Smarter, Better, Faster, the interactive audiobook is the best product to get of that book, Smarter, Better, Faster, because it's actually me reading it and the pages turning. It's super sick. Again, if you're a business person, sign up for the 3.5 month or the 6 month intensive Nootropics consulting programs. Work with me because we'll formulate stacks like this and more, and also work on your baseline energy, work on your general energy, work on testosterone if you have to, whatever needs to be optimized for you to feel freaking awesome all the time. Get all that stuff at livecortex.com. And then lastly, Fueled by Nootropics t-shirts, medium and large. That's all we have. They're all black, extremely good material. That is the proof, that's the design, and that is how they look on a human man who is also a Nootropics enthusiast. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Talk to you next time.